So yeah, we're gonna go through this. I will just talk about what I did wrong. So this is the first pack. This is the first pack. What is the sub count? Sub count is at 461. I normally hover between 190 and 200. So 2.5 times the subs. No big deal. It's no big deal. Thank you very much for all the support, by the way. But yeah, so was Anime Dead what I was supposed to take? Again, I don't cube draft. I don't know anything about the format really. I did like 6 casual drafts, and my preference was mono white, mono red, or blue red. And taking Narset makes it so there's like more if there's like a Wheel of Fortune type effect. If you take that, it's like a wombo combo where they can't draw it and you do. Yeah, apparently it was ripe for Reanimator. If I was remotely competent, obviously I would do that. I don't know anything about this. Again, I'm not a vintage cube drafter. And I'm taking Polluted Delta second. And then here, I was preferential to Blue Red Wildfire because that was like that was like an impressive archetype to me. Like either Splinter Twin with backup Wildfire was what I liked doing in like 2 of the drafts that I did casually before the event. I didn't do very many drafts in this event, this format. But obviously, I could have taken Animate Dead first. I could have taken Imperial Right second. I could have taken Necromancy third. Obviously. And then there's Faithless Looting fourth. So obviously I could have taken 3 red reanimation spells and Faithless Looting. Obviously, I could have done that. And I would have actually had a deck that won more than 0 matches. I'm aware of that. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. But I ended up taking MOCS. Let's go real fast. I don't want to see this. Like, okay, I'm set up for like blue-red control, blue-red wildfire. And then I'm like, okay, Seagate Stormcaller or the Signet. I guess I'll take the Signet. Obviously, the Seagate Stormcaller is okay with Chart of Course, or if I get Time Walk. There's no need to comment on how badly I drafted and what you would have taken. This pack is medium, obviously. I see Armageddon and Stoneforge Mystic, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just... I know those are premier white cards, and like maybe mono white's open. Because like, what I want to draft doesn't seem to be open. It's like, I'm not seeing blue or red cards. Like, okay, maybe I'm getting cut. Maybe the person next to me is Splinter Twin. What are my options? Armageddon or Stoneforge Mystic? I don't even like equipment that much. So I'm like, okay, I'll just take the Armageddon. That's far more important to mono white than Stoneforge Mystic is. I'm like, okay, if I'm shifting to mono white or white blue, let's take the Selfless Spirit. Like, okay, well, I don't even play Baneslayer in my white decks. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can still go blue red. Maybe those were just bad packs. Let's take this Goblin Dark Dwellers. I'm like, okay, this Frosted on table. This is so bad for me because I know that mono red might be open. I'm like, oh, it's Frostodon. It's like one of the better red cards in a tabled. Nobody is mono red. Like, mono white or mono red, mono white or mono red, mono white or mono red, or white blue. White blue. Recruiter. Okay, good. I'm like, okay, Nahiri, I can splash for that. That's a good card. But like, obviously, you see all these mono red cards. I could have taken Lavamancer. I could have taken Avalanche Riders. Could have taken all these cards. All right. Faction Identity is one of the best cards to open. It looks like I could play it. Seems like a pretty obvious choice. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm white blue splashing red for Nahiri. We got a deck. I'm like, okay, I'll take this unexpectedly absent and I'll table the Soulfire Grandmaster. And maybe I get a time walk. And Soulfire Grandmaster plus unexpectedly absent is 6 mana, like win the game. So like maybe we do that. Look, I'm just telling you, obviously just Fiery Confluence, and if I was mono red, I'd just blow this up. Obviously, yes, I'm aware. I tried Experimental Frenzy and thought it was bad. So I didn't think it was fine. I'm like, okay, Fiery Confluence is so good, why aren't I just red? Okay, I'll take this unexpectedly absent, and I'll try to table the Soulfire Grandmaster and go from there. Like, do I want Windswept Teeth here? It's a dual lands. If I get a dual land later on, I end up taking Spirit of the Labyrinth because I think that's one of the better white creatures if you're going white aggro. Vidilian Click works really well with Spirit of the Labyrinth and Narset because like they don't draw a replacement card. So I'm like, okay, maybe I just go white blue, splashing red for Nahiri. But I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Chandra is insane. Okay, Chandra is insane. So much better than Vidilian Click, right? And I'm like, from here, I'm like, oh my god, there's nothing here. There's no white cards. There's no white cards. Okay, well, Force of Negation is super important if I'm going to be playing like some sort of blue strategy. So I guess I'll take that. And Hero Blade holds my favorite card. I'm like, all right, let's go. I was so pumped. I was so excited when I got this Hero Blade. I'm like, all right, Daddy's home. Let's do this. I'm like, okay, wait, I passed a ton of Reanimator cards. I might as well just main deck that's Containment Priest because I have Recruiter of the Dead. Let's go. Take the Lightning Strike. Maybe we splash red for Lightning Strike. We do have. We're gonna table this. We're gonna table the Soulfire Grandmaster. Yep, we tabled the Soulfire Grandmaster just like I thought we would. I'm like, okay. We just gotta open a Time Walk. Got a Kytheon or a Ravagers of War. Which one is better? We needed 1-drops. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take the Kytheon. Do I want a blue-red dual land, or do I want Glorybringer? Or I take the Savannah because I might get like a Misty Rainforest or something, and then last pick's the Weird Vortex. And now alarm bells are klaxoning in my mind. Like, holy crap. I saw like all these red cards tabled so late. Mono red is so open, and I didn't go into it. Like, okay, well, now what? I guess I'll take the Sword. Like, I was saying, okay, I'll take the Sword of Temptation. I'll table the Lead and Relic Order. I've got Recruiter of the Guard to get either one of them. Let's go. I'm like, oh, Dak Vaden. If I go white, blue, if I go 3 colors, like Dak Vaden is awesome. Miscalculation is better if I'm going white blue. But then I realized, oh crap, I don't have any dual lands. But I'm like, oh wait, no. I can take this Badlands, and my Polluted Delta turns into a blue-red dual land, right? Because I can find Island or Badlands. Like, okay, I'll take this Badland so I can splash the red cards I already have. I can splash like maybe Nahiri and Chandra. Let's do that. Like, okay, Treachery or Rabble Master. I guess we just take the Treachery. Now we're like solidly white-blue splashing red. Let's try this. Blooded Strand, we need a dual land, let's go. Lightning Bolts, a repeal. You can splash Thief of Sanity. I'm like, okay, I can splash Thief of Sanity off the Badlands. We go for Thief of Sanity because we can Polluted Delta for Badlands. We took the repeal. Revoker, I'm like, okay, this is a fine 2-drop, I guess. Arid Mesa is a dual lands, but Mother of Runes is a 1-drop. It's pretty good. There's Shrine of Burning Rage if we were mono red. We don't talk about that. Jadanta Vanguard, Lodestone Golem. I'm like, okay, I don't have Thalia. I need a Thalia. Let's go Lodestone Goleming in case I play against Storm. I guess Shark Typhoon. Rabble Master. Splinter Twin this late. Terrain Charm this late. Hellish Norn this late. Zergo this late. Whatever. Obviously, my deck is unplayable. Obviously, it's unplayable. I think the white-blue one is actually way better than the white-red one. I actually boarded into white-blue every round. But yeah. Maybe in other cubes this would be okay. Modern cube, Pioneer cube, Standard cube, Vintage cube. For bashing me so hard, I deserve it. Should have gone Reanimator for sure. Reanimator or Mono Red. But yeah. I end up going into white-red. My white-red deck is pretty unplayable. As usual, we white-red splashing for Fractured Identity.